why are you out in the street? Why don't you stay at home? Why aren't you being cared for? And the reality is because I have a 14-year-old son and I'm widowed and I can't afford to stay at home. I have to get out and work.
Robert Harris has been using a wheelchair most of his life.
He drives a car, he goes to work at Cincinnati City Hall, and he fights furiously for the 43 million Americans who have disabilities. His sword in that fight is the Americans with Disabilities Act, one of the most sweeping civil rights changes on the books. Tonight, we'd like to find out just how effective that law has been in its first 5 years, and to show you why it gives people not just the right to work, shop, and travel, but the right to dignity as well. The day the ADA went into effect in 1992, Metro bus driver Bill Cruz was not a happy camper.
I didn't want to pick up a wheelchair. I didn't think it should have been mandatory for us to do. My attitude has changed, and I feel that they have as much right to ride the bus as able-bodied individuals.
Cruz now has 4 regular passengers who use wheelchairs, but his first was Marcy Cassidy.
I like to think that Rosa Parks and I have a lot in common. We're claiming our right to be on these buses.
The ADA made it a right when it required all public buses to be fitted with wheelchair lifts. And under the law, any public building must be retrofitted to accommodate employees or customers who are disabled. Private businesses built or remodeled after 1992 are required to do the same. And why not? It makes good business sense. People with disabilities have the ability to spend millions of dollars here in Cincinnati. They have their nails manicured, they have their clothing tailored, they go to bars and restaurants. So, if they're faced with just one step, you can forget their business. The ADA also protects a person who develops a disability from losing their job because of it. But there are times in the past 5 years that the law has been abused.
I would be lying to you if I said that someone who has a disability, even a little disability, even if they thought it was a disability, hasn't tried, and maybe even successfully, to use the ADA. We used to have people here, strangely enough, who would say that I have a visual impairment, and therefore I want to transfer my job.
Before the ADA 5 years ago, fewer than 20% of the disabled population was employed, and it isn't much better today.
Economically, we were one of the most depressed populations categorically in the United States.
Do you think you still are, even with it?
Oh, yeah.
But does that mean the ADA is not working? The law can only provide access. It cannot change attitudes.
I'm thankful that I had a chance to make the change and meet the people that really appreciate riding the bus.
And we're going to take this one step further tomorrow night to show you a really exceptional man who has Down syndrome, and to show you what kind of people the ADA can offer any community, especially the one you live in.